Hello. I'm going to do a little something different tonight. Next month, I follow very closely Aurelia's virtual book club. And my goal is to, let me go ahead and put this down so I can pay attention to you. My goal with Aurelia's virtual book club is, she and I have collaborated, so she is the official book club of my Goodreads library bookshelf. In addition, she is also the official virtual book club for my website. This is primarily because she has a wonderfully unique approach that I love how she handles it. So what she does is she brings the author on. This is actually how I met her because she did Dullard Shadow. She brings the author on, does an interview, and then they commence reading the book. And then at the end of the month, after the book read, they bring the author back and do a follow-up interview where they ask the author questions. Absolutely fascinating concept. There was just too much I loved about it. So I brought her on, she agreed, and we collaborated. I will be doing a part 2 to this collaboration where, with the author's permission, I will also be reading a chapter a day for the month that the book reading is going on. So this month, for January 2015, we are doing the book reading for Along Came a Wolf by Adam Dreece. Now, Adam Dreece is a close co-worker of mine, and I have spoken to him. He has approved this book reading. He is the author and publisher, so I have full copyrighted permission by the author and owner himself. And a chapter a day, I will be conducting my book reading, as well as you can follow the interviews that Aurelia also puts on. So if you are more into audiobooks or you just don't have time to sit down and read, I do hope that you will join me on a monthly basis starting January 1st through January 31st for the monthly book reading or daily book reading on Along Came a Wolf by Adam Dreece. My goal with my own setup here is that I will actually commit to reading, which is very hard for me, but I love reading aloud, and my children are at that age where I can't quite read these kind of books to them just yet. This one I should be able to because it's young adult. But my children read way too fast and aren't patient, so they won't sit through this. So this is, I'm going to go ahead and give you a sample here of what we're looking into. Okay, just a moment here. I have to read off of my Kindle. And I'm confused right now because I'm trying to get to... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I have to go to the back of the book. Okay, yeah, see how little I read. Okay, just give me a second here. My husband read the book. And so it's synced, and I was looking at the final page and not it was confusing. Alright, let me just take a look here. And I'm just going to go ahead with the chapter 1. Okay. And I might just do a sample right now just to introduce the book as a preview of what's starting here in about 4 days, because it's December 27th. Yes, so Friday is when I begin this book reading. So here we go. And how many chapters are there? Just curious, because we have 31 days. Oh, there's only 13 chapters. Oh, this will be a quick read. Okay. No, wait. Chapter 17. Okay, so there's 17 chapters. So I will definitely be reading this. This book, it says, dedicated to my daughter for her enthusiasm for the story and encouragement to write it. To my sons for keeping the little boy in me thriving, and to my wife, without whose anchoring force I'd be lost in the wind. Alright, and this is kind of a tall order that I am following up here because Mr. Dreece is currently working on a deal. I think it's closed. I think the deal is set through, but it's his news, not mine. But if you are this just sickens me. Sickens me, I tell you. The man who will be working with him on the book reading of this book is like on par with Leonard Nimoy, and I am not kidding. I'm just like, ha 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 ha. I'm so jealous. Okay. I think very highly of Adam, but my God. Okay. So this is chapter 1 of Along Came a Wolf. Coming Through is the name of the title. And I'm reading this off my Kindle app. So, right. Watch out, yelled T. Her gleeful voice could barely be heard over the sounds of her wooden contraption crashing down the forested mountainside. A short distance away, T's mother, Jennifer, looked up from her tomato garden. She wiped her forehead and looked at her husband, William. "What has your daughter gone and done now?" she said. Their daughter certainly kept life exciting. "She's your daughter, too," said William. He was a tall, thin man with light brown hair and a beard. He quickly tossed aside his axe and started hunting around the side of their cabin for the tool he'd need. "Oh, William, love, I think she's more yours in habits, if you ask me." "Watch out!" T gleefully yelled again. She was rapidly approaching the clearing surrounding their log cabin home. Jennifer stood and looked in the direction of T's voice. She couldn't imagine how T was coming down the mountainside so fast. "Will, I'm worried she's coming faster than usual." "Faster than the time with my pony?" "Now, where did I leave my... Somehow, yes. I'm wondering if she's built something this time." Jennifer furrowed her brow. "I can't find it. Where is it?" Jennifer paused. "Oh, it's hanging on the inside of the front door. I put it there this morning. Sorry." William darted to the door and grabbed his crossbow. "There we go. Do you have the bolt with the rope attached?" Jennifer tried to track where T was, using the swaying bushes and trees as indicators. "It should be in the quiver, the case thing, whatever you call it. Check by the spare saddles." "Right. I was going to put them in the shed this morning." "Why didn't I put them in the shed?" William raced across the yard and grabbed the bolt he needed. Jennifer nervously moved from side to side. "Hurry up! I think you've got less than half a minute before she's here." William fought to untangle the rope, glancing up every few seconds. Suddenly T popped into view. "Whee! Hi, Mum," she said. T was clutching the steering wheel of her cart. A ripped bed sheet hung from its broken mast. Her yellow cloak flapped in the wind behind her. "Got it!" said William. He loaded his crossbow and aimed at T's cart as she rocketed past. "Shoot already, Will," said Jennifer, realizing their daughter might end up sailing right off the nearby cliff. William took a deep breath. Just as the daughter reached the end of the clearing, he pulled the trigger. After a moment, there came a wood-splintering crash, and then silence. Jennifer looked at her husband in horror. "Oh, my." William waved for her to stay calm. "T!" he called loudly. "Can you get yourself down?" he asked, trying to sound confident. Worry started to creep across his face. After an agonizing few seconds, there came some rustling sounds, and T replied, "I think so, Dad. Give me a moment. Yeah, I'm okay." Then with practiced flair, T jumped into the clearing and yelled her trademarks, "La-la!" Jennifer turned and looked at William with a mix of relief and frustration. "How many more years until I don't have to worry about her?" "Forever and a day, my love," said William, smiling. "Forever and a day." T woke up to the familiar sounds of the kettle whistling and the table being set. She sat up and yawned, unaware of the adventure that lay ahead. Her first attempt to join the family for breakfast was rebuffed. As usual, her mother informed her that she needed to brush her shoulder-length dark brown hair before sitting at the table. After huffing about it for a minute, T went to brush her hair. To her mother's surprise, T had even dressed herself before returning. Looking ready for the day, T complained, "Why do you always make me brush my hair before breakfast?" Her mother got the scrambled eggs out of the cast-iron skillet, sat herself down, and turned to her daughter. "You know why. But you won't need to brush your hair anymore if—" "Really?" T interrupted, pushing back her own dark curly hair. Jennifer continued, "If you find a magical way to make it unknot itself." "Mom! There's no such thing as magic." T plunked herself into a chair and looked at her dad, expecting him to say something. Jennifer turned to her husband and smirked. "Am I being unreasonable, Will?" William looked at his wife and then his daughter, each awaiting his involvement. Having learned this lesson from this type of situation before, he quickly put a piece of toast in his mouth and looked elsewhere. The conversation eventually moved on without his input. With the dishes collected and all signs of breakfast gone, T leapt from her yellow-hooded cloak and backpack, both hanging by the door where her dad stepped in the way. "T, before you vanish for the day, I need you to do something for me. I have something that needs to be delivered to your grandpapa. If I could help your mother, well, William deliberately paused, anticipating T's interruption. T jumped at the opportunity, unleashing her huge brown eyes, her best weapons of influence. She asked, "Can I take it to him?" She loved visiting her mum's father. Apart from being kind and patient, he was a marvelous inventor and loved explaining things to her. He also made the best cookies and always seemed to have some ready as she walked in. When asked how he knew she was coming, he'd always smile and change the subject. William pretended to think over his daughter's proposal. "Well, I was going to take it to his house while you helped your mother weed the garden and clean the house. But if you insist—" "I insist!" she yelled so loudly that she startled herself. She looked around for a package to deliver. William smiled. He loved his daughter dearly. For all the trouble she got into, there was never anything but good intentions. "Actually, it's in the shed. There's a set of plant pots. One is turned upside down." "I know the one! It was turned over yesterday morning. I thought that was odd." T raced off. "It's a little red box!" yelled William, shaking his head. He was surprised she knew what he was talking about. It seemed impossible to hide anything from her. He snapped his fingers, having almost forgotten he was T's father. "Remember," he shouted, "to stay on the roads, and don't talk to strangers." "I will," shouted a little voice from the distance. William looked at his wife as she came in carrying an armload of firewood. "I just passed a little yellow whirlwind. What was that all about?" she asked. "Package that arrived yesterday for your father. He's going to deliver it." "Couldn't he have picked it up this evening when he comes over for dinner?" asked Jennifer. William looked out of the front window. "No, I figured if there's any more trouble to come of it, it'll come to us today. Best that she's not here," he answered. Jennifer frowned for a moment. "Do you think that's safe?" William turned as if he saw something in the forest. "I just have a bad feeling. Hopefully this will keep her out of trouble." Jennifer's eyes took on a steely glint. She straightened up, her posture revealing a hint of the hidden warrior within. "Do you know what's in that box?" "No," he replied, "but I have a good idea." Okay. And as I said, this is the book we will be reading starting January 1st. So I will more than likely repost this reading of... I can't think of what I'm talking about right now. I will repost a reading of chapter 1 or chapter 2, and then we will go on from there. So in case you're wondering, there is no way I'm going to be finished with Dolor and Shadow because I do a chapter a day. When I start Along Came a Wolf by Adam Dreece. So what you're going to see is actually 2 books being read at the same time. They will overlap each other so that Dolor and Shadow will be read and uploaded a chapter a day along with Along Came a Wolf. Along Came a Wolf is a steampunk novel, and the blurb here. Let me see if I can pull up the blurb pretty quickly here. And I've got it right here on my Amazon account, so one moment here. Okay. And it looks like it is on sale for 99 cents. It's reduced down for $3.99, so that's probably going to jump back up to its regular price any day now, possibly in January. So if you're wanting this, I recommend you jump in here and grab a copy. In a world where the steam engine is about to be invented, in a world where the steam engine is about to be invented, our fairy tales and rhymes are their real world events and people. Meet the secret societies, the tub, led by a butcher, baker, and candlestick maker, and the fair, led by the Piemans. Book 1, Along Came a Wolf. Nikolas Klaus, brilliant inventor and loving grandfather, is talk in the target of someone seeking to steal the first ever steam engine plans. His daughter T and her 2 best friends are caught in the middle and come together as the Yellow Hoods. Will their lives be lost because of secrets Klaus was hoping to keep buried? Okay. And it's for the ages of 9 to 15 and adults. The series gets more intense as it goes on. And this is books 1 and 2 were finalists for the Book of the Year in Teen, Young Adult, and Fantasy Independent Author Network of 2015. And the trailer is also available at adamdreece.com, book trailer. And the book is about 221 pages. This is a full series, by the way. I see book 3, book 4. Oh, what have you got here, Adam? Yeah, I see up to book 4 available. Let me see. Yeah, I think currently there's only book 4. And I'm not certain how many books are in the series, so that's something I should ask him. And these are amazing ratings, like 5 out of 5. He's got 65 customer reviews and 4.6 out of 5 stars on Along Came a Wolf. So, all right, and well, that'll be it for Along Came a Wolf for tonight. And as I said, you will find that I'm reading both Dolor and Shadow and Along Came a Wolf and uploading both of those on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. So thank you very much for joining us at Storytime.